Hey there, it's Rick Khan, and in this video, I'm going to reveal the 5 top Facebook ads targeting hacks in 2022. Now, these 5 hacks, they utilize Facebook's AI in a way that will give you the best targeting options when you put an audience into detailed targeting. So let's say if you find that your ads are underperforming, or even you're getting the traffic, but you aren't seeing the level of ads and sales that you want. This could be an audience message mismatch that can lead to expensive cost per miles, cost per clicks, and even cost per acquisitions. And that's why by the end of the video, you'll have the 5 top targeting options to choose from so you can find the perfect audience to use that will give you the best bang for your buck. And as a bonus, the 5th hack is a different method that's going to help you find one of the most targeted audiences to match your message and do it at the lowest cost. But with that said, the first hack is to use targeted keywords and attention-grabbing creative, because with the way in which Facebook's machine learning works is that it now focuses more on your copy and creative, so that it picks up the keywords in your copy and then matches that with the perfect audience for your product or service. And with your creative, Facebook is discovering your best audience by learning who's scrolling past and stopping to view the ad. So when you put in the right input for Facebook to pick up through using broad targeted keywords and match that with scroll stopping creative, Facebook's algorithm can get to work to find the best audience for you. And how you do this is through the research you do with your audience, because you want to make sure that your message articulates the transformational state of the before and after picture. Where is your customer at? Where do they want to be? And how can you articulate that with your text and creative? Then you can add broad targeting keywords to shout out your audience. This is also known as dog whistle copy that was termed by Dan Kennedy. Now, what this will do is put an input into the Facebook AI and let the algorithm pick up exactly who they need to start looking for. So instead of being specific, you want to use broad copy such as how to swing your golf club for better aim, yoga mats for yoga lovers, dog grooming made easy, horseback riders for beginners. These examples are the kinds of broad words that you want to use within your copy. Then the next hack is to use broad interest targeting. You see, Facebook, they've deleted so many of the interests in their detailed targeting. They say they've done it to remove things that are related to sensitive topics. And today, most advertisers who now search in the detailed targeting are not finding the interests that performed well in the past, even though it doesn't seem logical why certain interests have been removed. However, this is what we need to expect as online advertisers. Platforms like Facebook's and others are always going to make their changes, and keeping up with these changes is what will get you ahead and give you the success on these platforms. That's why also, just to mention, you can consider to subscribe below, where I'll always keep making content to keep you informed with the changes and the best strategies. Just like what you should do now that these interest options have been narrowed down, which is why you should give broad targeting a try. Broad targeting is basically just using a broad term such as marketing, tennis, gardening, woodworking, and so on. And you would then use this at the top of your funnel running to cold audiences. Facebook machine learning will then take that broad term with the copy combined to start looking for people with that interest. So let's say if you write, for example, growing tomatoes in your garden can be made easy, and use the term gardening, Facebook will take these keywords and go look for an audience who are gardeners or garden lovers. And the good thing is, Facebook has so many data points about its users, they know who to put your ad in front of. Which leads me to the 3rd hack: have open targeting with at least one ad set. Now, this is when you're going to put your faith into Facebook and let them target all of their platform. So that's 0 interest, 0 lookalikes, or anything placed at the interest or custom audience level. Basically giving Facebook their full control to target the best audience for your ads. Now, I say full control, but you do have some control, such as your age, gender, and location. But generally, you want to leave everything else completely open and unrestrict Facebook to use its algorithms to find the audience. Now, the thing is, you might be thinking, logically, it seems like it would help Facebook to tell them who to target. But the truth is, as time's gone on, Facebook's algorithm has gone way smarter than it's ever been. And when post iOS happened, they're obviously going to do what it takes to stay ahead of the advertising game, as this is its main source of income. Now, another thing to mention about opening a target is that scalability is huge compared to interest scale, because Facebook will always be able to look for more people who are like your buyers. And as you continue to keep your creative fresh and not let this fatigue, they can continue to scale this. So make sure to at least try the open targeting and have it in one ad set and test if it works well for you. Then speaking of interest targeting, the next hack is to use specific interests in the right way. Because as mentioned before, a lot of advertisers who have noticed so many interests have disappeared, it does seem as though you should focus away from different specific interests to target, but however, this isn't fully the case. And I'm not saying interests are not good, because what's still good about using specific interests is that they are still scalable for cold audiences. And if you don't have any data on your audiences, interest is where you want to begin, as it still works as long as you target them correctly. Now, I do have a full video going into more detail about how to find the best specific interests in 2022, where I'll leave a link below. But when you use specific interest targeting, one thing you do not want to do is to separate them into different ad sets. This was the old way of using these interests for targeting, where now instead, with your interests, here's what I would advise you do. And that's to stack all your interests in a single ad set, because Facebook machine learning works more efficiently with the more room you give its AI, and targeting single interests with 50,000 or 500,000 or even a couple of million just won't cut it. Facebook, in order to be most productive, is to unrestrict it. And if you stack these interests up, you're increasing the amount of people for Facebook to work with your ads that will have less fatigue and also less amount of time to change up the creative. And also, perhaps best of all, stacking these interests will open you up for more scale. Now, the final hack is one I've been using to get one of the top audiences that's been giving me incredible CPM costs and high conversion rates, which is a method involving using video. Basically, you want to create a video that gives value of what it is you sell. So let's say if it's fishing rods you sell, do an educational video that teaches people how to fish or even catch your first fish video. If it's a real estate course, just do a video teaching some value about real estate or whatever industry or niche you're in. Just give some goodwill to your audience, because then you want to take this video and you could literally run as low as $1 a day and select engagement for video views. And you can either target open, broad or stacked interests, but just run your video and you'll get amazing cost for impressions, because Facebook are giving the best bang for your buck with video now, as they're trying to get more content creators to use video over text. But when you run your ads and you get at least 1,000 25% video views, this is now golden for turning into lookalike audiences. And the best thing is, it's all on the Facebook platform. Now, you can also use 50, 75 and 95% when you get enough data, but because people watch this video, it clearly shows an interest in what you're saying and teaching, and everything about you and your brand has been exposed to these people. Facebook can use all of the data points and turn them into new lookalike audiences for you to target. Now, another audience is one that's been giving thousands of marketers amazing conversions, where I'll show you how to find your competitor's audience right here. And if you like this video, it really helps to let me know by leaving a thumbs up. And until then, make sure to consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video.